Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be betrayed by the perfect woman. So obviously I'm back in the studio that I have in O-Town. It's been a while since I shot a video here because I'm used to always doing things down south, but got the old school Versace blazer on that I've had like forever. So, man, this email that I got here, I got this a few months ago from this particular guy, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of shocking what this poor guy has gone through. He just absolutely, he's been with this girl for like 3 years, and when I tell you all the shit that's happened, you're gonna be fucking shocked at what he's been through. And then so the second email that I got is actually a success story. Guy actually violated a few of the principles in 3% Man, but he ended up getting a girl back that had friend zoned him several years before. Because like I've said many times over the years, is that the goal with the books, How to Be a 3% Man, and obviously Mastering Yourself, which you can read for free at understandingrelationships.com, all you got to do is subscribe to the email newsletter, is that the idea is it's guidelines, it's fundamentals to help you interact not only with women in your life, but your professional life as well, to give you a superior set of skills that your competition, quite frankly, just simply ain't willing to take the time to learn. So with that said, I got a quote that I wrote in this particular topic, and then we're going to jump into this guy's email, and it's like, it's unbelievable. All the shit that, well, like I said, you'll see in a second here. So the quote says, "Liars and cheaters tend to believe that everyone lies and cheats. They learned in childhood that telling the truth and being honest is too risky. In their eyes, it's better to lie and avoid confrontations at all costs. People can hide who they really are for about 90 days of a relationship. You must look at what people do, not what they say, as a true barometer of who they really are. Dating is like test driving a used car. You can't know what you've really got until you spend a significant amount of time together. Love cannot exist without trust. Take your time. Good relationships are worth the wait and stand the test of time. As the old saying goes, haste really does make waste." So let's go through the first guy's email. Coach Corey Wayne, man, I can't believe after years of watching you and reading your book, I have to reach out myself. It happens, dude. We all fuck up. You've obviously read my book. I've made a lot of fuck ups, but that's part of life, is making mistakes and learning from them, because success really doesn't teach us like failures do, and especially a failure like you're gonna, like this guy's gone through, is just, hopefully everybody can learn from this and not make the same mistake. He says, let's just say shit has hit the fan. I've attached a photo of my girlfriend of 3 years, and she's a babe. You can't get hypnotized by the good looks and the charm, especially when you're using the stuff that's in the book. Because just because she's hot and she's fun to be around doesn't mean she's actually a good person with integrity. Because remember, we as human beings, we make our decisions based upon emotion, and then we use logic and reason to justify it. And I suspect after going through this and having done this all these years, is that this guy got pretty hypnotized with her beauty and sex appeal right away and just bought whatever load of bullshit that came out of her mouth. And he got so far into it emotionally before little red flags started coming up here and there. And probably for a while he told himself, nah, I can't. Everything's fine. This is fine. You ever seen that cartoon meme where it's like a dog sitting in a house and the house is on fire and the little caption is, "This is fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine." So I would say to some degree there had to be a little bit of self-deception on his part, and I've done it plenty of times in my own life, because we don't want to admit bad things, especially when we really love somebody, we really care about them. We want to believe everything they tell us, but the reality is there's people out there that they just learned to lie growing up. They were never taught the value. You know, any of you that have kids or have like I've been a stepdad to kids over the course of your life, you know how kids work, especially when they're really young. Mom says, no, you can't do that. What does she do? She goes to her dad. Mommy says it's okay. It's where communication is real important. And if there aren't a strong man and woman in the child's life that can teach them integrity, especially if they grow up in families where lying and cheating and dishonesty and screwing each other over is just, that's what goes on in there. I mean, these people are out there, and you gotta fucking pay attention. As you can see, she's gorgeous. She turns heads everywhere we go. She had the warmest personality and is my best friend. We've traveled all over the country and even overseas together. She's been the most loyal woman I've ever seen. I have 2 children, and the love she has shown them I could never ask for. They love her dearly as well, sometimes more than me. 4 months ago, we celebrated the birth of our son. I thought she was everything I wanted in a woman until 2 weeks ago. This is where shit goes off the rails. Long story short, she lied to me about everything. She had this wonderful apartment in Nashville, a good education, a heartbreak love story of how she was done wrong, and she built herself from the ground up. Reality? She was a sugar baby. She did not work a regular job, but used sugar to support herself and sold nude pictures. Ouch. She does not have her education finished. One of her sugar daddies agreed to help pay for her apartment if she sent nudes often. I found out that she had sent them to him our entire relationship for cash on the side, $13,000 worth. The biggest deal is this. I met her when her first son was just born. She told me that she had had cancer and they were going to have to possibly take her cervix away. She decided she would have a child on her own and not let life take it from her. Sad story, right? Sounds legit, but at the end of the day, especially the older you get, the more you realize there's a lot of people that just lie their fucking asses off in the world. And if you've got a lot to offer, especially if you're a successful guy with money, and you're going to be inclined to want to kind of help or take care of somebody, I make a big deal out of this when I do videos, is that you want somebody that's a good teammate and equal, a woman that's honest, that has integrity, that pays her fucking bills on time, she can actually hold down a good job, she has good friends and good people in her life. If you're looking for a long-term type of relationship, whether it's just girlfriend, boyfriend, living together, or marriage, ideally the best candidates are going to be women that come from solid families where mom and dad are still together, they love each other, they're honest with one another, they communicate well, and quite frankly, the reality is at this day and age, women like that are extremely rare. And so when you find one, you got to take advantage of it, because there's a lot of people that come from broken families and fucked up shit. And that's reality. And when you've been single for a while and you're really like, oh, I'm ready for a girlfriend now, and you want it bad to happen, it's, you know, I've done this to myself in my life. It's like you just think, hey, the universe can bring me the right person, I'm ready. Boom, you meet somebody, they match everything on your list of what you're looking for, and you just automatically assume that everything's going to be great and all sunshine and roses and rainbows and unicorns for the rest of your life. And that's just not the way things work in the real world. So the whole heartbreak love story about her and her... Oh, let me back up a little bit. This girl has been a sugar baby and selling nudes since she was 17. She is 25 now. So obviously, if she's doing this at 17, you got to think, okay, well, what's her family background? That's why it's so important when you're dating, is to find out what her family background is like. And especially when you're dating somebody and you find out they come from a background where there's lying and cheating on both sides, we tend to go, especially if you study self-help, you think, oh, wow, she overcame all this, she's going to be a great person. But the reality is that people come from broken homes, and one or both parents are missing or weren't there, or there was nobody to fill in those roles. It's like you're going to see these kinds of character flaws coming out. So it's real important, especially if you meet somebody, they sound great, they look great, they got some sad story, there's no family in the picture. That's when you should be cautious. And obviously, it doesn't sound like this guy was that. But, I'm not calling a kettle black because I've done similar stupid things in my own life. Whether I've done it in business and I've done it in my personal life. You like somebody, you have a good feeling right away. You think, oh, this is going to be awesome. But also in the back of your mind, there's like, something seems a little off, but I must be just imagining things. And eventually you figure out that little gut feeling that you got was right all along. The whole heartbreak love story about her and her last boyfriend, it was false. She was caught on Seeking Arrangement, a sugar daddy website, and he said that it was the last straw. You bet your ass I reached out to find the truth. So what it looks like is he got in touch with the last boyfriend, and she'd been lying to him as well. So she's got a history of lying in this particular case. So the last boyfriend is like, you're out of here. When he found, who would want that? Who wants to be with a woman who you think you're in an exclusive relationship with, and she's basically moonlighting as a whore, if you will, and lying about it? This person has no integrity. Would you want somebody like this raising your children? If you have somebody like this raising your kids are going to grow up and be just like them. That's the harsh reality. I know it's not nice, but I'm not here to blow sunshine up anybody's ass. This guy spent 3 years of his life, and he has a kid with her. She had pushed for me to father her son as he didn't have anyone. I could just raise him along with our son, and it would be wonderful. I found out that she had been messing around with a gentleman and was knocked up. She never told him about it. The whole thing was bullshit. So the ex-boyfriend, I guess, that he talked to wasn't the father of her child. It was just some other guy she got knocked up by and never told him about it. This whole person, my best friend, woman and future, was a lie. She says that she lied to me because she knew I would not want her if I found out about the sugar dating, and she wanted to protect her son. And that's the reality with somebody like this, is that, like I said in the quote in the beginning of it, I had people when I was in real estate that worked for me, and they were constantly fucking lying, not only to me, but lying to our clients, and then the shit would hit the fan because the deal would fall apart or the loan get turned down, and then all the lies would come out. And it was just, and I remember talking to them, it's like, why lie? And it's because to them, they learned emotionally it's better just to tell a little white lie and not be honest, because then you can avoid uncomfortable situations in life. Like I said, this woman's 25 now. This is who she is. She's a liar. She's a cheater. And that's all she knows. She's built her life around being devious and dishonest. She's got the mindset of a criminal. And that's just the way it is. It's not nice, but based on her actions, this is the behavior. I've never been more betrayed in my life. The pain of this is unbelievable. Oh, I'm sure it is, dude. I feel for you. I still love her. I just can't shut it off. She says she'll do anything. Get a flip phone, send me her location, go to counseling, whatever. I just don't trust her. What has she ever done to earn trust? So she's 25 years old. Now all of a sudden she's going to go through a radical life transformation and become an honest human being? It's absurd to think that she's capable of that. Maybe 1 in a million, 1 in 100,000 will actually do that. It's not totally out of the question, but the likelihood, if I was a bet man, I'm going to place some money on it, I'd be willing to bet that she's always going to be this way. She could fuck the whole baseball team behind my back and lie her ass off without me knowing it. I love her more than I'd care to say. Tell me what the fuck to do. Thanks for all you do, brother. So, if it was me, I mean, the harsh reality is I wouldn't stay in a relationship with somebody like this because she's not capable of honesty and truth. I mean, for 3 years, she lied to you. She lied to her last boyfriend. I mean, she pretty much, lying is a way of life to her. And thinking that somebody that has spent 25 years of their life lying to everybody about anything and everything is just all of a sudden going to become magically reformed, that's I would not be willing to bet my future or any money on that happening. The reality is you got to think about your kids, because obviously if you continue to allow her to be in your life and help raising your children, your kids are going to pretty much turn out like her. Now obviously you have a kid together with her, and that's a pretty sticky situation, and you probably should go see an attorney in your state or your country, wherever you're from, and get some legal advice on that. But what you have here is you have a woman that's incapable of honesty. And your options basically are she continues living this way and basically being a hooker, and you stay with her and say, okay, well, we've accepted this truth. Maybe you have an open relationship with her, but obviously if you're writing me this, you're probably wanting her to be exclusive and have her all to yourself. And like I said, based upon her actions, it's like, no. I mean, love can't exist where there is no trust. And I mean, and all the years I've been doing this, and all the thousands and thousands of emails that I've gotten over the years, this is like one of the worst levels of deception that I've ever seen from somebody. And it sucks. It's sad. I appreciate the fact that you shared it with me, because everybody watching this can go, holy fuck, and feel for you. But the reality is you need to think about yourself, and you need to think about your kids. What's in the best interest of your children? Having their mother or stepmother being a pathological fucking liar and a hooker? Probably not. It's not nice, but it's reality. If it was me, I'd be like, check please, and have her involved in your life as little as possible. That's the reality. So with that said, let's move on to our second email. Good success story. Good way to end the video today. This guy says, hi, Coach Corey. 1 year ago today, I would never have believed that I would be writing this email. I met an amazing girl at my school, and we were both incredibly into each other. I ruined it quickly by being too clingy and trying to lock her into a commitment. I then also agreed to just be friends when she suggested we're better off as friends. Although I did walk away completely, and then I found your work. She was the first girl I ever asked out, and despite the pain, I spent the year dating other women, reading your book, screwing up along the way, and also becoming a better man. I dated 5 girls during this time and had 2 girlfriends. About a month later, I broke up with my last girlfriend. I had a strong intuition and internal voice that told me to reach back out to the girl I met at school and ask her out for coffee. I knew I had to see her one more time as the new me. I know you teach not to do that, but I thought I did the work on myself. I threw my expectations aside and I messaged her. To my delight, she was more than happy to meet up again, and that's where it all started. This time around, I maintained the mystery, was career focused. I let her come to me, and I let her pursue me at her pace. She went from being the unsure girl who said, I want to be best friends before dating. If a girl ever says that, no. I'm not interested in being just friends or becoming best friends before dating. You're either in or you're out. I'm interested in romance. I'm not looking for a pal or a buddy. I got lots of those. To pulling me in and making out with me in her driveway in the first date. She also pursues me a year into our relationship, and we're becoming best friends. Indoor Olympics, anyone? She pulls me into it and treats me like her king. Corey, I wanted to truly thank you, and no one has ever told me anything about dating, and it hurt learning this about this process, but ultimately I credit you with teaching such important life lessons to be a better man and accept difficulties in life with a learner's mindset. That's the correct attitude you want to have when you recognize, holy shit, I don't know everything. It's okay to be a beginner again. I recently got into medical school. I'm so excited to succeed in my career and build an empire with my woman. I'm always looking forward to ways to improve our relationship. I no longer set expectations, and I try my best to open her emotionally. I can't wait to keep growing, learning, and improving myself as a man to be the teacher for my kids that I never had. What a great email. And with that said, if you're in a situation and you're not sure what the hell you should do and you want my opinion, you can go to my website, understandingrelationships.com, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.